So with the goal of meeting your buyers where they are, you need marketing initiatives on your website that make that a reality. Search engine optimization, also known as SEO, involves increasing not only the quantity of leads and traffic coming to your site, but you want the quality, right? So the more optimized your SEO, the better visibility you have online, and the more opportunities you're going to have to convert prospects into customers. If you're not sure where to begin with your SEO, HubSpot offers this free tool called the Website Grader. It's fantastic. You simply enter your URL and it spits back analysis on your SEO, on your site's mobile performance, which is also important and I'll bring up later, overall load times, all that great stuff. And what's really great about it is that if something is wrong with any major aspect, like we're seeing in this photo, like SEO is great across the board, what is making it 25 out of 30? That one issue happening with those descriptions. They give you that information so you can then go in and make those changes. And so this is a really great first step in analyzing your SEO and starting to make those tweaks to your website that are going to improve those conversions. And again, this is a free tool. I will share that link with you after the event, so no stress on that. Once you get the leads to your website, now you need forms that convert them. Here's a few best practices to keep in mind. First of all, keeping your landing page forms above the fold. And if you're not familiar with that term, all it means is when somebody loads a web page in the browser screen, whatever they're seeing initially when that browser page loads, that's above the fold. So if they have to scroll at all, you're not above the fold anymore. You want to get their attention right away, right at the top there when they get to your website. Reducing the number of fields. So most best practices will state that reducing the number of form fields is one of the best ways to increase conversion. However, like most things, it's not totally a black and white situation. You need to tailor the forms to the call to action that they're attached to. So for example, let's say you're having somebody download an ebook. Well, for that, you really would only want to ask for their name and email. You don't need a ton of information. However, if there's a specific service where your sales team needs more insight to qualify a lead, then maybe you're adding more fields. Maybe you want deeper information from that prospect, so when your sales team goes to follow up, they already have some information in their arsenal. So it's just about finding the right balance. Just use your common sense. Only ask for phone numbers at the right stage of the buyer's journey. ClickTail ran a test and they found that they lost 39% of user signups when they required a phone number. Phone numbers freak people out and they don't want to enter their phone number unless they believe there's a legitimate reason why they're entering it. This actually happened to me the other week. And the next point, summary boxes, that company did that and it worked out fine. I was filling out their form to buy something online and they asked for my phone number. And like most consumers, I paused and said, "Oh, no, I don't like that." But they had what's called a summary box, which can look different in different forms. But most of the time, it's that little gray circle with a question mark that's maybe above a form field. And if you hover over it, it expands into information about why they're requesting that from you. So that really helps users understand the need for certain information and feel more comfortable entering it. They told me they needed my phone number in case something happened with my shipping. Fair enough. I felt comfortable at that point, entered my phone number. Using reCAPTCHAs and not CAPTCHAs. reCAPTCHAs are these freaky deaky looking things down here in the corner that's X'd out with all those letters and numbers that you're not even sure what you're looking at as a human. So people find those, I can speak for it as well myself, just super annoying. If you get the opportunity to select in the types of forms that you're choosing, always choose reCAPTCHAs instead of CAPTCHAs, because reCAPTCHAs are just those little check boxes that say, "I'm not a robot." Boom, that's easy. So that's just making it easier for that lead to convert. And then making your calls to action catchy instead of something boring like submit, like maybe sign me up or get the ebook, an action statement will help with that. So you also want to think about not only your web forms on your actual website, but mobile forms, because mobile traffic right now is higher than ever as well. Some things to keep in mind with that are single column layout, just so their eye can scan it easier. It's not taking up as much space on a cellular phone. Enabling autocorrect and autocomplete, such a lifesaver when you're doing your tiny little button pressing, and it just makes things so much faster. Easy to read font, self-explanatory. Don't ask people to retype their address. Here's why. Asking them to retype their address doesn't really guarantee that you're going to get validated information, because, raise your hand if this was you. I'm guilty. How often when you see that, do you simply copy and paste your email from the above line? I do it all the time. I'm terrible. So if I entered it wrong the first time, odds are it's not going to be right the second time after I copied and pasted it. So it's just kind of a waste. Instead, include error messages that flag issues in real time. So basically, let's say I'm entering a zip code and I don't enter enough numbers. If I go through the whole process of filling out your form on my mobile phone, and then I hit enter and it comes back blank and says, "Oh no, there was an error, it didn't go through. You didn't fix your zip code." That would be super annoying. So if in real time while I'm filling out that form, that warning comes up before I hit submit, that gives me the opportunity to fix that and not have to go through and re-enter all my information again. Okay, so the other thing about websites I want to touch on is website chat, which Sophie mentioned earlier. That is how people are engaging a lot right now. We just wrote a blog on this a few months ago called Using Website Chat for Lead Conversion. And in that blog, we detailed why website chat works and some best practices for using it. There's a lot of stats here. I'll let you read those yourself. But the one thing I really want to emphasize on this slide is that you do not need a huge team to implement website chat. All you need are a few dedicated employees who will oversee it daily during hours of operation. And then you just have to set up a chatbot for after hours, and that will catch any missed opportunities that might happen overnight if somebody comes in. Like with our chat, to be fair, setting up the chatbot takes a hot second, and you have to think about all the different ways that somebody might want to engage with you and how you would want to respond to that. But you could make a pretty basic chatbot that will collect their information. Let's say somebody has a support question. You could have them submit a form through the chatbot. The chatbot could then send that to the team, and in the morning, the team sees that and can respond. So it is possible to do chat without a huge team. And the one stat here that I'll also highlight is that just one reply through live chat can increase the likelihood of your conversions by 50%. The stat that's not there is the follow-up statistic to that, which says if you reply one more time after that, it's 100% more likely that visitor will convert. That's insane. And especially now, that's really, really important to be able to connect with your prospects and customers where they are, and they're on website chat.